One of the big things we wanted to do was to gather more evidence. We had so many incredible stories of the way people's lives were changed by being involved in local arts initiatives, but we sort of thought it would be really brilliant if we had a sort of consistent way of collecting evidence, something that was measurable, that we could actually demonstrate in a quantifiable way the change that was happening as a result of all that investment that happens throughout Ireland in the arts. The Outcome Measurement Guidebook is a very practical toolkit that we have up on our website, and it enables arts organisations and local authority art services to measure the actual outcomes and impacts of interventions they do in the arts at local level. We worked with Quality Matters to develop this guidebook in the first place, and we have continued to work with them in further sort of developing and testing it in other settings. We came together with the festivals teams in the Arts Council to run this pilot with 8 multidisciplinary arts festivals around the country.
Babro is an international arts festival for children based in Galway. It runs over 10 days every October, and we work closely with communities, the public and schools to generate an audience of children. For the last 2 years, we've been working with the Arts Council and Quality Matters on the Outcomes Measurement Programme. We measure the impact of our festival on artists who are producing work for young audiences and school children who attend the festival every October. The goal was to measure children's experience of the festival and how much that impacted their creative lives.
Dublin Fringe Festival is an annual multidisciplinary arts festival and a year-round artist support organisation. And as part of the impact measurement, we measured outcomes in relation to 3 stakeholder groups, and that was our festival audiences, our festival volunteers, and our WEFT Studio participants, where WEFT Studio is one of our initiatives where we engage with Black and global majority artists. The biggest surprise we had when we applied the impact measurement guidebook was that we were already doing some of the work. We just now found a way to formalize it to get the data that we wanted at the end.
The project that we focused on in terms of our impact measurement pilot was the Carnival of Collective Joy, and that's a child-led project which led to a parade of amazing characters and costumes that were imagined and created by children in Carlow that moved through Carlow Town during Carlow Arts Festival.
A lot of the work takes place in public space for free, which is something we're very passionate about. We believe accessibility to the arts is core to the festival and what we do.
We're here today with all the festivals that participate in this pilot, and today is really a day about sharing and learning and reflecting on what those festivals experienced in trying to apply the guidebook in practice.
One of the biggest learnings for us was just how adaptable the programme can be. So we've applied this work to artists who are creating work for young children and for the children themselves who are experiencing that work. And it was great to see that the process could be applied to so many different audiences.
The main advice would be start small, find a few outcomes, maybe a couple of outcomes you want to test for a specific stakeholder group. Start with one, start simple, and then once you understand exactly what needs to be done and you have a process in place, it's very easy to go deeper or wider.
If you're interested in following the guidebook and making this part of your work, I think really think through how you build it into your work, into the processes of your work, and build in that time for it. It's not something extra to do. This really adds to the work that you do.
A lot of the learning outside of the projects themselves is about the organisation and actually being clear about what we want to impact. What does our work want to impact? So I think what's been really interesting about this process is actually the self-reflection that by focusing on evaluation of one thing, you end up evaluating the whole, and you end up thinking about, okay, how can we embed this in the team more deeply, and how can we actually answer the question of what is the purpose of the festival? Because we think we know, and of course we know, we have an idea, but it allows us to check back in on that with the current team members. So it feels like a really lovely moment to look ahead as well. If you're interested in doing this outcome measurement, I'd say absolutely go for it. It'll teach you so much about the participants, your audience, people that engage with your work. There's so many different facets to doing this. So I think it's a really valuable process to go through for any cultural organisation.